one of my favorite coaching cliches is, hey, I'm not answering your hypothetical question. I don't have a crystal ball. Coach, when's this guy going to come? Hey, ask Kyle Shanahan. Hey, Coach, Jimmy G, what's going to happen with Jimmy G?
Yeah,
I don't have a crystal ball. He won't, but that's a bad example because the one time he answered a hypothetical, his answer to the whole question was, hey, we might all be dead by Sunday, right? Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, Coach, that's the one time we wouldn't mind you using the cliche. Yeah, an asteroid can hit us. But the Rich Eisen Show now, however, if we ever hear a coach say this, that's a problem. They should just reach out to us because we now have a crystal ball. Look at this baby. Look at this thing.
That's amazing.
I mean, we busted the budget for this thing. I have an actual crystal ball right here.
You busted the budget.
For a new segment called Crystal Ball It. Hit it.
I tell you, I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea.
Very good. I appreciate that. Thank you. Crystal Ball It. It's called Crystal Ball It. I have a crystal ball right here. Chris Brockman, you have, sir, some scenarios that would cause a head coach or a prognosticator or an opinionator to say, I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah, I
can't use that excuse.
Situations.
I now have a crystal ball.
Here.
What do you got over there,
Okay, here
Chris?
we go. So the first one. We were live on the air back in March when Russell Wilson was traded from Seattle to Denver. Now, what if, look into that crystal ball, Rich, and prognosticate, what if they didn't do that, the Broncos did not do that, and instead kept their 9th overall pick in the 2022 draft and had taken TJ's boy, Kenny Pickett?
I would say if Kenny Pickett was... So you're asking me how many wins would Denver have if they drafted Pickett instead of trading for Russ?
Yeah, how different would this season have gone? They're currently 3-9, and we see how Pickett's been balling.
Okay.
For Pittsburgh.
Here we go. I have the crystal ball. Let me look into it. And I'm looking at it, and I see a seat that is less hot. I see a head coach that's just been hired from the world of Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett. I see him now having more of a road in Denver. I see him now being attached at the hip of this young quarterback, and I see a lot more happy faces. I see a young quarterback who started in week 1. I see a schedule where they didn't start in Seattle. And I see Nathaniel Hackett as the head coach of the Denver Broncos in 2023 to see how much better Kenny Pickett can be at the job. I see a much better Denver Broncos team. And I would say they would have more wins right now than their 3.
I also would have won my bet with TJ.
You would have. Well, he would have been a top 10 pick, right?
Yeah, he would have
been.
Okay,
very good.
And I would have paid that off, by the way.
By the way, how many Broncos fans would take that ticket right now?
Oh, my God.
All of them?
All of them?
All of them?
I got to think all of them.
Okay, what else you got over there?
All of them. All right. This trade didn't happen while we were on the air. Shortly thereafter, though, another blockbuster. Davante Adams goes from Green Bay to Las Vegas to the Raiders.
Right.
How different would the Packers season look if they didn't trade Davante Adams?
Well, first things first, I can look in the crystal ball, and I can look into the past with the crystal ball as well.
Oh.
Week 1, that throw to Christian Watson gets caught.
For a touchdown.
Yes. And the entire season is different.
Just based on that one pass?
That one pass. Adams catches that one. And it's a totally different season. Totally different season in Green Bay. I would say that, how about this? Davante Adams stays there. I think the Green Bay Packers would have a shot at the division, if not only lead it right now. Their record would be the exact opposite if Davante Adams was there right now. Oh. So I'm looking into the crystal ball, and I see a team that is 8-5, not 5-8. That I see. For sure. That's my crystal ball analysis right there.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Let's go all the way back to the 2020 NFL draft.
Yes.
Different times.
Wow.
We were in Rodgers' basement.
Yes.
There was a lot going on, a lot of quarter zips. And this was the hot debate in South Florida. The tank for Tua thing was on for years, but they had a chance to take Justin Herbert
Yes.
at number 5. Look into that crystal ball, Rich, and tell us how the Dolphins and the Chargers would look if the Miami had taken Herbert at number 5 instead of Tua, and then Tua goes number 6 to Los Angeles. They play each other Sunday night.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Is Brian Flores still the head coach?
No.
Do they tamper with Tom Brady?
They definitely don't. They definitely have their draft. I'm looking into the crystal ball, and I see a less forfeited draft choice in 2023. As a matter of fact, they are choosing. Man, I don't even know if they. Yeah, I still see both coaches still where they are, but Flores would have been gone by then too.
Is Mike McDaniel still in San Francisco?
I don't think Mike McDaniel. Well, Mike McDaniel's the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. I see that in my. I see that in my crystal ball right here. Yeah, I see a Charger team that probably, in all honesty, looking at my crystal ball, I see a Charger team that would have given up on Tua already. And I see Brian Flores still the head coach in Miami with a way different offensive coordinator, and that's the way I see it. Don't you think Tua would never have gotten the do you think Tua would have gotten the new offensive coordinator? He would have gotten the new guy?
I don't know. Just think about it, because they had just moved to L.A. They're opening the new stadium.
Yeah.
They're there with the Rams, and they're trying to keep up with the Rams and make this big move for Matthew Stafford, and Tua's in there struggling. You're right. Maybe he would have been benched already. I don't know. But would Herbert even have gotten a chance? Would the same thing have happened? Because Ryan Fitzpatrick was there.
Herbert would have gotten the chance. Herbert would have a million percent gotten the chance.
But Herbert only got the chance because of
a needle.
The doctor screwed up. And
Herbert would have absolutely gotten the chance there.
So no Fitzmagic in Miami.
Correct.
And
I think he would have absolutely gotten the chance there.
I think that's just a crazy what if those two picks have been swapped.
Could you imagine? That would be a great conversation to have on Sunday Night Football this weekend.
Yeah.
But I have a crystal ball, and the way I see it is Brian Flores would still be the coach there with a new coordinator. There wouldn't have been any request for tanking because they would have seen what they gotten in Herbert.
Right.
They would have a draft choice next year. It wouldn't have gone for Brady. They would have seen what they had in Herbert, and he would be that guy there. He's that guy anywhere. And I don't know if Tua would have gotten the so either my crystal ball. I need to tap it on the side. Is that what I've never had one before?
I'm not really sure how you work those crystal balls.
I would say what's more likely than that is that Tua would have not gotten the long leash here. He would have succeeded with Anthony Lynn as the head coach there. I don't know. I think he'd have been gone.
That's what I mean.
Mike
I don't
McDaniel
know.
could be here instead of Brandon Staley. That's what my crystal ball says. There they go. So now I have one, but it's tough to move around. I can't move it.
I think you should just kind of slide it off to the
very
side
good.
there.
Crystal ball it, baby.
Crystal ball it.
I'll have it right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.